Hey, it's Brian Grams here at the Volo Auto Museum, and you know, one of the biggest questions I get asked is, how much will you take for that car? Is it for sale? When they're referring to one of our museum cars, you know, the celebrity-owned cars, the TV and movie cars, stuff that isn't for sale. And I always tell them, no, it's not for sale, not at any price. Today, it's different. We're going to be selling off a couple of our museum pieces to make room for new stuff, which includes this Trans Am right here. It's the 30th anniversary Trans Am, which is a collectible in its own, convertible, beautiful condition. But what's cool about it is its previous owner. Now, this car was owned by somebody quite famous, one of the Hollywood legends, worked alongside of Marilyn Monroe, Cary Grant, and was in some of the most famous movies to ever come out of Hollywood, like The Great Race. Some of you might remember that fantastic car movie with Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis, who was the one that actually owned this car. He purchased this car brand new. Now, Tony Curtis was worth a lot of money. He could have had any cars he wanted, Rolls Royces, Ferraris, Lamborghinis. He was a Pontiac enthusiast. He is even a member of the Pontiac Club and had this car registered with them. He was very involved in the Pontiac community, you know, going to their events and attending the meetings, and was just a huge Pontiac enthusiast. And this car was his baby. He owned it up until the day he passed away, and it was sold by the estate. Tony's family knew that he was such a Pontiac enthusiast that when he passed away, they buried him with a few things in his coffin. They had, you know, family photos, they gave him a little bit of money, and they put a die-cast Trans Am in his coffin as well. That's how much he loved Pontiacs. Now, this car here, it's only got 26,000 original miles on it, and he was very meticulous with the maintenance on the car. He spent is like $800–900 every 6 months having the car detailed. This car was his baby. There's no other way to put it other than it was his child. Now, when the car was sold, it was sold through the estate, and Jamie Lee Curtis really didn't know what was going on. They sold everything off, and she became quite upset about them just releasing everything. One of the reasons was she wanted to have this car for herself. So Jamie, if you're listening, it's available now. But the car's fully documented. It's a cool piece of Pontiac history, and it's a cool piece of Hollywood history connected to one of the most famous legendary actors of all times. And it can be yours today. You can go to our website, volocars.com, to find out more information about this car and the other cars we're offering for sale.